Back onto the torches for the time being. This time I'm looking at the Nitecore MH40 Pro, which the company sent in. I'm a bit late on this. It came out a few months ago, but I thought we'd still have a look at it. It is quite interesting. They've upped the power on this to 3,500 lumens, and they're using their new NiteLab LEDs. Just go through the included items quickly. Here's your user manual, and you do get your warranty card, a Type A to Type C charging cable. Like the MH40S, this has the remote switch included. Velcro on the back, and there's a screw there holding the lithium battery in there. Nitecore say that the battery should last for around about a year. You also have these mounts that are included and a spare O-ring. They are made out of rubber or silicone. And we get a few more Velcro straps. The idea with that is to attach the remote to a weapon or something like that. Or you can use the 3M backed Velcro patch. And there's also a wrist strap or lanyard included. This is the holster, nylon with padded neoprene material. We've seen this before with other larger torches from Nitecore. It's perfectly fine. You have a D-ring on the back and your Velcro belt loop. Onto the torch now. As you can see, this is pretty similar to the MH40S, but they've added quite a lot of grooves to the head. That will give improved heat dissipation because this is quite a bit more powerful than that model. You have your crenulated bezel at the top. In case you're wondering, the handle is thread locked into the head. As you would expect for a long-range torch, a deep, smooth reflector and those NiteLab UHi 40 Max LEDs. Nitecore have their fairly aggressive knurling on the body. It's raised up quite a bit. Plenty of grip with this, even in the wet. And there's a bit there around the base or tail cap just to help you unscrew it. You'll see on the inside, instead of just a normal spring, what they've done is put a gold-plated cover over the top of that. And this is the included battery pack, NBP 100R. Now the torch is compatible with the button top 21700 batteries, but this is the one that comes with it. If you remember, the previous version had USB charging on the torch directly, but this is absolutely fine. You can also use that as a power bank. Battery pack takes about 3.5 hours to charge from flat. The LED indicator flashes when it's charging. It goes static when it's finished. If you're using it as a power bank, it turns green just to let you know it's active. We'll move on to the user interface just to show you that quickly. Half press gives you your momentary. A full press is on and off. It will remember the strobe mode, but not the SOS or beacon. When it's turned on, you can use the side switch as a quick press on that, and it will cycle through the 4 power levels. To get to the strobe mode, a long press on that switch. Push and hold again to cycle through the different strobe modes. You've got 3 in total. I'll just show you the remote control. You'll need to obviously turn the torch on from the base or tail cap. There's a 2-stage switch at the top, so a full press is for on and off. It's quite easy to feel where the halfway point is on this. When it is powered on, all you need to do is give it a half press to cycle through the power levels. The larger switch at the bottom, that is a single stage switch, and you can push pretty much anywhere on that large area. That's for your turbo, and that will stay on as long as you hold it in. If you want to get to the strobe mode using the remote, what you have to do is when it's on, half press and hold that switch, and then a normal half press to cycle through the 3 modes that you have. There is just one other area to look at, and that is the battery check. This gives a series of 1 to 3 flashes, so hold the side switch in when you are turning the torch on. Then when you release it, the flashes appear. I'll just show you the power levels and run times now. This is the data from Nitecore. The MH40S has higher candela, so you have 1500 lumens and 1500 meters. There are some pros and cons with that for both of these. It really depends what you're looking for. Using the BL50 for the beam shot on this, just a comparison because that is a somewhat longer range model. Do note you get that very bright hotspot in the middle, but there's also a somewhat brighter hotspot just around the outside of that. Obviously that's the 8 additional LEDs around the main LED. You can see that the spill is quite good on this once you move up the power levels. At closer range Even at around about 400 lumens, you can quite easily see the area around you. It's not just a concentrated beam in the middle. The tint seems to be fine on this. It is a bit warmer in the middle, but I don't see any massive tint shifts. Have a look through a few more of the beam shots, and at the end I'll just give a quick summary and a few of my thoughts on this model. Nice to see an update on this from Nitecore. I think the additional beam spill will be quite useful to some people. I'm also quite happy with that battery pack. I think that's quite useful to have. It's pretty convenient. That aggressive knurling and design on the tube is very good for grip. Personally, I would have flattened it down a little bit. It's not uncomfortable, but you can see the marks in your hand after you've been holding it. The power output is a bit lower with the 21700 batteries if you use those, but it does give you an additional power source option. It's a nice addition to the range. It's really that LED that is a different offering compared to the S version. So have a look at my video that I did a few years ago on that, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.